Hi, Queen. Okay. I apologize for the circumstances, but I have a live job to get to today. It's over in Inverness. Where's Inverness? Nobody knows, including myself. But I've got a 1 hour hearing over there that I've got to get to today. It's with, I think they're Tampa attorneys, so I know that I'm not the only one that's going to be traveling today, at least. So that's a comfort. But the only way I'm going to get this done today is if I record it while getting ready. So I was doing a job yesterday, and it went from, I don't know how many hours, but it went probably like 6 hours or something like that. A long time. And it was just a regular, schmegular car accident case. Personal injury, super used to that. So when the lady gets on there, the witness, and she starts crying before we even get started, I know it's going to be a long day. Now, I'm sensitive to people's feelings. I'm there with you. I take cases very seriously. It doesn't matter if, the witness is laughing or crying. I take it seriously, but when she gets on there and she starts crying right away, I'm like, what happened? What happened in this case? So in yesterday's case, she basically was crossing the street, and the other attorneys pointed out that she was crossing where there wasn't a crosswalk. It was one of those strip malls, and you cross to get to your car in the parking lot, and there's not really a crosswalk except for like every so many feet. So she decided to cross without a crosswalk. So hopefully that doesn't work against her. But so she was crossing the street, and then with her family, she had her family in a stroller, her two little kids in a stroller. She was pushing the stroller, and then her husband was right next to her. They were leaving the strip mall, crossing the street, and this car came around the corner out of nowhere. She looked both ways before crossing the street. This car comes out of nowhere and starts and it's going really fast too. Like, you can only go like a certain amount of miles in a strip mall. Like, you don't need somebody to tell you to go slow, or you shouldn't need somebody to tell you to go slow, because there's kids everywhere, there's people everywhere in parking lots. So my witness stuck her hand out to be like, hey, like, stop, you're like, I'm crossing the street. Like, she was already like more than halfway across the street. Person doesn't stop, runs right entire, this is like a family of four, runs down this entire family of four. And after I heard that, I was like, that is pretty sad. And these like two little kids, like, they were involved in the accident too. So she pushed her stroller out of the way, the stroller with her kids in it, which the stroller ended up upside down. And her husband took the brunt of it. And I was just like, all right, enough of the story. Her husband actually took the brunt of the impact, and he ended up on top of the hood, on top of the windshield, on top of the roof, the whole thing. And that's basically what the case was about. And she could barely get through it, but she was a champ. Like, we didn't need to take a break or anything. She just wanted to, get it out there and get it done. And I think this was her first depo in this case. I thought it might be a continuation, but it was her first depo. So when I texted you yesterday, I was like, we got to reschedule class. That's why. There were 3 attorneys involved. One of them was my client. Another one was the insurance. And another one was the actual lady's attorney. So, yeah, it took a while. So anyway, I am dying to know how you've been doing on your practicing. I hate rescheduling class. I hate making things like change and all that. But as long as we're getting it done this week, we're getting it done. So I'm not going to have my books in front of me, obviously. I'm just trying to get ready and get out the door. I've only got a little more than an hour. And I also pre-made dinner. I have to tell you about my white chili later. I don't know if you're like into crock pot meals. But that's not being funny or anything, that's also one of the things that I want to introduce you to help build your dictionary, is different foods, different sports, different medical terms, like a little bit of everything, because you never know what you're going to get on the job. I never had spiders in my dictionary until I started working. Like, do you have tarantula in your dictionary? Like, I never had that. So I want to get you your dictionary as big as possible before you start working. I don't agree with the whole, oh, we're just going to wait before we get to speed building and then we're going to build your dictionary. No. All right, so let's start out with a warm-up. Let's start out with, and it's really hot in here, but I don't want to turn the fan on because I don't want there to be any interference. And I skipped the coffee today. I went straight to Red Bull because this is the life we're living. And I apologize. I'm going to put my eyebrows on in a second. We're going to start out with a warm-up. We're going to do same warm-ups we've been doing. It's never too incessant to get used to the machine. So let's start out with the left side of the machine. Just going to mix it up. I'm going to throw in the alphabet and just random letters in there. So it's just a warm-up. Don't beat yourself up. So let's do S, K, and I'm going to go fastish, maybe just fastish for you, not really fastish, but fastish for you, to minimize your hesitation. So let's do S, T, D, H, L, R, this is all left side, W, Q, H, O, S, A, K, Y, J, R, L, O, S, Y, X, O, A, R, H, W, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, X, Y, Z, 5, 4, 1, 2, Q, L, R, W, X, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. You have to go over to the right side for that one though. Alright, right side. How do you feel when I threw the numbers in there? I honestly just thought of it. I was like, you know what? I'm going to catch her off guard a little bit. Because if you're not drinking a Red Bull like me, you're probably tired. And if I didn't have a Red Bull, I would be tired. So let's do right side. Right side, mixing it up. K. And then after the right side, I just thought this, after the right side, let's do written out numbers. Hopefully those are getting a little bit easier for you, but if not, they will be. K, F, P, L, T, Z, D, S, F, U, E, I, F, D, Z, T, S, P, B, N, do we know what N is by now? N, J, don't forget J, Kendall. We depend on J. Don't forget J is PB, L, dang it, I need my thing in front of me. And then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6, 8, 7, 10, 9. Written out numbers. I'm sure you're doing fantastic by now. Written out numbers. 1, 2, 3, darn it, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you want to write this down, 11 is LEFN. 1 stroke. That's 11. Do 2 more numbers because even though you're not used to the 1 through 10 yet, you're getting more and more familiar with them. So we're going to do 2 more numbers ahead and continue to practice 1 through 10 as you're improving. 11 is LEFN, and then 12 is TWELF. No, TWEFL. 11 and then 12. Also on the number bar, all you have to do is just hit it twice. 11 is 1, 1. 12 is 1, 2. Or just 12, obviously. 12 is 1 stroke, 11 is 1 stroke on the number bar. Written out, they're both 1 strokes. How do you feel about 12? 12 you really do get used to because it's one of those like obvious ones. One of those like you can kind of guess what 12 is, what the brief for 12 is. I'm going to share something with you. I used to write 11 in 3 strokes my entire career. For like years, I would write out 11 in 3 strokes. It was a tragedy. That was almost borderline a crime. So, basic words. Hog, H-O-G. Not going fast at all for this. Dog, D-O-G. Small, S-M-A-L-L. That's a 1 stroke. How would you write that, Queen? S-M-A-L. S-M-A-L. 1 stroke. But I know you got that one. Let's do big, B-I-G. Wig, W-I-G. Fig, F-I-G. Sin, S-I-N. Win, W-I-N. Hard, H-A-R-D. I think this is probably the first time you've ever had to reach for the very far side of the right keyboard. But hard, H-A-R-D. C, S-E-E. Long E, remember, is AOE. But it's interesting because if you do C, like the ocean, SEA, you would, instead of doing S long E, you would do SAE. To differentiate it, to make it come up two different ways in your dictionary. Moving on, let's do rat, R-A-T. Rag, R-A-G. Rod, R-O-D. Hot, H-O-T. Smog, S-M-O-G. Smog. Do, D-O. So, S-O. Chill, C-H-I-L-L, chill. Like chill on this makeup. Not gonna happen. Cold, C-O-L-D, cold. Nag, N-A-G. Sad, S-A-D. All right, I got one for you, Kendall. I'm not going to give you the answer to this one. I want to see what you come up with. Home, H-O-M-E. Zone, Z-O-N-E. Zone. I was in the zone of the car accident. Zone. That comes up a lot. Home and zone. I'm excited to see what you come up with for that one. Let's move on to row, R-O-W. What do you think about that one? How would you rate row? Comes up a lot. Rod, H-O-D. I'm sorry, rod, R-O-D. Keg, K-A-G. Red, R-E-D. Black. How would you write black? Black, B-L-A-C-K. Not hard, you got this. It's not out of your scope of learning at this point. Okay, what about wet? W-E-T. Set, S-E-T. Fret, F-R-E-T. What do you think about that one? Fret, F-R-E-T. That's a word. It's not something that I hear every day, but it does come up, I can assure you. Bill. B-I-L-L. Bill. Small. S-M-A-L-L. How would you write small? Hoe. H-O-E. Sit. S-I-T. Oh, my back. Check your posture, Kendall. We're not getting any younger. We might as well take care of our backs now. All right. Wilt. W-I-L-T. Wilt. You got that one. Wilt is going to be a tricky one. Well, not really tricky, but it's one of those, like, your fingers are going to be close together than I think you're used to on the right side. But tell me how you feel about that one. Okay? Rub. R-U-B. Okay. Back to written out numbers. Let's do 1. 2. 2 is easy. You love 2. 3. 4. What time is it? 5. 6. 7. Dang, hiccups every time. 8. 9. 10. 10 is easy. 11. L-E-F-N. 11. L-E-F-N. 12. T-W-E-F-L. T-W-E-F-L is 12. Now wait till you get into the teens. It's not that hard. I made it sound more than what it was, but in the teens, for me, they're double strokers, but obviously I'm going to teach you how to one stroke it and then see which one you like best. Obviously, there is no wrong way to do it because there are reporters who are briefers and strokers, and they both have all of their certifications. So obviously, it's however the way you want to do it. So let's run through that one more time. 12. 11. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. J on the right side, PB, LG, K on the right side. Mixing up the right side one more time, D, Z, G, L, R, F, P, B, G, E, U, Z, S, F, T, P, L, R, B, Z, D, E, U, B, G, S, T, D, R, F, Z, U, E. By the way, I don't know if I've told you this yet, but I'm really proud of the way that you so easily picked up not looking at your machine as you're writing on the keyboard, because that's often, it took me weeks to figure out how to learn to do that. Weeks. Because I was like, how do people do this? This cannot be possible. And on this planet, at least, maybe on another planet it's possible, but not on this particular one. Okay. I think you're doing really well. Let's go over a few more vocabulary words and then we'll wrap it up. See you tonight, Kendall. Okay, let's do lab. L-A-B, lab. Rat, R-A-T. Rad, R-A-D. I got another one for you. Try club, C-L-U-B. Club. And the way you picked up not using the C and just using K with some words, blown away. Try pen now. P-E-N, pen. Sorry, I don't know what that is. Something in my throat. Pen. I got another one for you, Kendall. Try wrong. W-R-N-G. Wrong. I would say you can't get this one wrong, but I hope you do. Oh, man. I need to stop with these jokes. Wrong. Hopefully you've got it down by now because I'm about to give you a spoiler alert. Wrong, just in case you're wondering, is W-R-O-N-G. It's going to be one of those where you don't use the pads of your fingers. We're not going to use the pad of our finger. We use the tip of our finger, if possible. I mean, unless you got long nails or something like that. Best of luck to you. But use the tip of your finger. PBG. Say that a few times, just get used to it, because you're going to have to do some weird combinations sometimes. So W-R-O-N-G. Sometimes words on the machine are spelled out as is, but they're still spelled out how they sound, if that makes sense. All right, try sub, S-U-B. Tub. T-U-B. Hun. H-U-N. Hun. Run. Ton. T-O-N. Fun. F-U-N. Hot. H-O-T. Clot. C-L-O-T. Clot. How would you write clot? Clop. C-L-O-P. Comes up. You'd be surprised. Plus, it's never a bad thing to fix your dictionary up. Clop. C-L-O-P. Trot. T-R-O-T. Trot. Small. S-M-A-L. Small. I'm sorry, I can't spell. S-M-A-L-L. Oh, I need to go back to school. I'm the one that should be being taught. Small. Tall. T-A-L-L. Tall. Last one is fall. F-A-L-L. Fall. Okay, Queen, if possible, go back, define every single word that we've written, which would also require you to read back your notes. If you can define it, please do. If you can't, then don't worry about it. But what I would like for you to do is watch this video twice. Once now, and then once later. And then see if you can send me all of your notes in 1 or 2 files if you can, because I would really like to see your progress before we get started with class today. Otherwise, I think you did a phenomenal job, and I will see you later.